Blessings, 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 blessings. Hello, welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Gold's YouTube channel. I'm Mrs. Gold. How is everyone doing today? I hope you guys are doing fine. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I hope all is well. What are you saying, Mr. Gold?
Big up, big up, big up. Mrs. Gold is here and Mr. Gold is here too. So big up on yourself, large up on yourself. Click.
Subscribe.
Don't know. Click. Subscribe.
Like the video.
Like up. Like up. And rock and come in. Rock and come in. Rock and come in.
Rock on come in. Rock on come in, yes. Hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday. We're going to have a short live today, not too long. We're up till, I don't know, I think like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
Today Sunday, the place is very nice.
Yeah, the weather is very nice today. We were up late last night.
Summer is here.
Mr. Gold has to go to work tomorrow. We have a big interview tomorrow. I'm so excited for our interview with Brother B. We'll talk about that shortly as well.
Brother B, one of the greatest Grenadian reggae, SOCA, and dancehall.
Yes,
bad
yes.
singer that you know.
Ush Lisa in the house. Ooh, you're the first to be here today. Welcome, Ush Lisa. How's your Sunday today?
Lisa, what go on? Everything blessed? Big up on yourself.
Hope you're enjoying yourself and having a beautiful Sunday.
Ush.
So, pretty much I'm going to address some of the interviews that are out there in the media where there's a lot of news. Oh my gosh. I haven't had a chance to really organize everything. So as we go, I will try to organize certain things to talk about. But there is a lot of interviews that happen, especially from the other side. And as much as I don't really like the other side, there's some good points that certain man made and certain other people made that I would like to address. Big up yourself, Crystal. How you doing?
Go on, Crystal.
Big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. There's certain points that they made that I definitely want to address that has to deal with a lot of us in the Caribbean. So I'll talk about it. And I'm talking in regards to what is a Gage and Lisa Mercedes. And of course, I saw the interview with Sky Diamond, MAVADO'S daughter. That was really cool. She did a great job, conducted herself well. To me, it looked like Winford wasn't prepared for that interview, but we'll definitely talk about that some more. And there's some records happening in dancehall. And Alkaline, of course, is always doing his thing.
Oh God, big up,
Mr. Gold. Crystal said, big up.
Big up yourself. Respect. And big up Vendetta. Big up your young lad.
Yes, big up Alkaline always. And Alkaline has a message for people that I think it's going to apply for all those that were doing interviews this week that I definitely will share.
Big up the young guns.
Yes, big up the young guns always. They're going to be featured this week. The rest of them, Sashi Cool and Star Captain, on our channel this week. We have to finish their bio up. So stay tuned for that, as well as the final chapter for...
Big up Movado too.
Yes, I already did. Also for the final chapter for Alkaline's Countdown. So look out for that. So as we share the live, we're going to go ahead with our anthem while I am just here trying to load up some stuff as well. So you guys just rock and come in.
Vendetta anthem.
Rock and come in. Let me get our anthem ready while I go ahead and share. And we'll take a look at MAVADO'S performance as well. He did a good job, as usual.
All time.
Yeah, as usual.
Every time Mavado touch the stage, man, I create wonders.
All the time. Mavado never disappoints. I'm so proud of him. And Carrie, like, she had a good time on the weekend. We'll talk about all these parties that are keeping as well. So, enough to talk about. But first, let's share up the live. I put the link out for whoever want to keep me company. I know a lot of my co-hosts are all on vacation. Big up One to the Brain. Big up Elite TV. I hope you guys are safe. Thank you to Kid, Cricket Boss, and Chris, and CV. Yeah, he's on vacation. For all, supporting us yesterday and holding the live with us and holding it down for us yesterday.
Big up One to the Brain, and long time in a year. Big up yourself, boy. Now I'm going to split for me and you.
So you don't know? Let's get to our anthem while I share the live.
Let's go, yeah. Audio, man. Young lad. Right. Why can't I agree? That man so full of technique, make him feel like someone good and in the right. Show up at them night and we had clean up. I said them a do it, but them not do it like we. And them know for what them hear about. Warrior there to what them hear about. Up if you take a make it hero. Anybody in the way them a feel clear road. Like switch people to flip.
Big up yourself, Shaq. Big up Chris.
Shot in a two. Money no for them back na fit. I mean no son savage when no give one. The spirit that's sending you up. That for me chaka. Sako no matter. Them on the time was see case. Me link me shatter. And get a chaka. Set up a boy in place, yo. Still bad boy alone. Someone know you not around. Bad boy alone. But I'm rolling with my niggas where my ever home. Couple step on, couple take a one. I place the prom with them for no more than for job. Head shots. What's my gun and brace the land to tell me? Oh, the captain you to call one of them. But not we on the front, bank a circle and them black watch it up. Can't breathe. Aircraft man so full of technique. Make him feel like
Big up, Jalop, that's on the house.
Show up at them night that we had clean enough for them, say them and what them not do it like we. And them enough for what them hear about. Warrior here to what them hear about. Up in a bit of comic. Anybody not the way them. Can't agree. Hey. You know, sister, we are create waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better you load explosion and we make the commotion, then. They dance for them, watch your emotion. If I was so kind, then. We read first, got them sound like close. Shall we have like ocean, yeah. We never see a force, so. Hey. Never the time to rely on people to make my move and never saw me grow. I know we are hip and you're probably right, but you don't have no pride. I guess anything goes. Well, live the life, tell them we are good. I used to be that little kid, now I am the grown. Think my life is a rap. Silly nigga did that talent, but never have no love, so rap. Wanna get clear, have no. And from this, so no one else you like to do. I won't change. You say I've lost a couple times before you win. Oh, battles, fuck matters. What my story of happy and like the novels. Yeah, in a castle I'm eating apples. I look up on the sea and show me you them real. We have snack the ocean, yeah. When you're there, big and so loud explosion. We make commotion, yeah. Then dance for them, watch we have emotion. Deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, cause them sound like lotion and waves like ocean. Boy, we never see a phone so. Never see a phone so, never see a phone so strong. We never see a phone so. All over the world, them a wave me banner. Fans come out and a support me and but I know what's so special with the man ya. Tidal wave, you know safe under the gun. We in a great big wave and a flood the whole place. If we make it out, show the kids we face. Them I was still and I was stuck in our ways. Not really. The rate we anyway, I will create big waves like the ocean. When you're there, load explosion, and we make the commotion. They dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down. We do it first, cause them like lotion, and waves like ocean. Boy, we never see a phone so.
Yes, roll in. Everybody love cope on my schedule time, so all the time. Big up Super Touchdown in the house. Big up Maya in the house. YouTube one playback time. Big up to everybody in the house. Thank you for joining us this evening. Oh my gosh, we have so much talking about. And I was on the road, so you don't know. Started a little bit late, but we have so much to talk about. Legendary icon, Top Prize. Remember, while you guys are watching the live, to continue to stream Top Prize album as well. Never stop doing that. It's important that we continue to do that because at any time we can peak on different parts of the Billboard charts. And I'm going to talk about charts and in regards to Alkaline as well, and something that Gage said that I think was really, really important to talk about and discuss. But just to remind everybody, tomorrow we have a special guest. So let me run that through, and I hope you guys can join us tomorrow. It will be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be starting the live. And of course, we will give time for our guests to be able to log on without having any issues. And sorry, Mr. Gold? Okay, he's saying that Brother B comes from the land of spice, which is Grenada, but he's an international artist, and we're excited to have him. Let me play this video.
To my brothers and sisters, and is that I'm about to make a public announcement. Hey, to my brothers and sisters, and is that listen.
We got great news. Brother B will be on Mr. and Mrs. Gold's YouTube channel, Gold Talk, on Monday, June 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss this. Brother B is a musical artist that specializes in soca, reggae, dancehall, you name it, he can do it. He is a great performer, and we're excited to have him on our show. We're going to ask about his career, his life, and his new music video. Stay tuned. Bless. So Brother B is a huge artist. Those who are familiar with hold on, Mr. Gold, I can hear you. You're making too much noise, please. Sorry, guys. Those who are familiar with soca, Monarch, and so forth, that Brother B performs. He's performed in U.S., Canada, and different parts of the world. So we're excited to have someone from a different genre, but he also does reggae and dancehall music as well. So it'll be interesting to know how the industry is in another part of the world. You know, we're always saying how artists are mistreated in Jamaica, but how are they treated in other parts of the world? I'm curious to know that. That's one of the things that I definitely want to discuss with him. So remember to come join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Brother B, we can't wait to see you. Big up everyone that is on vacation and holidays and watching on the playback. We hope you guys are doing fine. We hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Just stay safe. Please stay safe. So anyhow, as you guys know, Mavado was performing yesterday in Connecticut. Oh, exciting, exciting, exciting. Exciting. Big up yourself, Nicholas Brown. How you doing? Let's look at Mavado's performances. Again, oh my gosh, I still feel bad. Mavado update since I blocked him by accident yesterday. Timed him out. I haven't heard back from him, so I hope he's okay and I hope he knows it wasn't intentionally. But he is a moderator now on our channel. So just like Alkaline Daily, whenever you guys want to know the latest that's going on with Mavado, because you know Mavado only posts so often on his Instagram, all you do is tune into Mavado Update and you'll get the latest update on Mavado. So let's tune in and check out some of the performance from yesterday with Mavado. Big up all of our early people. We're not going to be long on the live today. It's going to be probably a short live today. And when I get a chance, I'll pin the link. I haven't had a chance to pin it yet. So while we're playing this, I'll go ahead and pin that. Big up Mavado update as usual, because at least he was able to organize everything in one area. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do everything. So let's look at another one. Go on through, Mavado. Go on through. Come on, You're welcome, Crystal. Okay, let's look at the other one. Big up Mavado update. Remember to follow him on Instagram. But I'm not. All right, let's look at the next one. I think this might be the second last. Yeah. Okay, just doing a little clip. So big up Mavado update. Some people do have the concert available on the internet. He's an amazing performer. As you can see, Mavado at least did a lot of his hits. What were you saying, Mr. Gold? Big tunes, eh? He was doing some big tunes. Yeah, man, Mavado was doing his hits. The crowd looks crazy and packed. What I've been finding out, because I've been so concerned about about people going to all these events, and COVID is not over, and I cringe and I see everybody packed up. But what I've been told, some of these events like Sands and so forth, they actually are only letting people who've had their vaccine shots, especially two, go to these concerts. So I thought that was pretty cool. I did not know that. And so if that's what they're doing, that's pretty good. But what they still need to keep in mind is, just because you have your vaccine shots, that don't mean you guys cannot get the virus. So please, people, don't big up yourself, Ali in the place. Big up Winning Streak. Big up Deadly Lord. How you doing, my co-host? Don't think that just because you have your vaccine shot that you can't get the virus. You still can get the virus. There's a famous basketball player, Chris Paul or something like that, that just recently caught the virus again. And he caught the virus, and he actually was vaccinated, and he's a basketball player, so he's taking the most top of the line whatever, and from the NBA, and he still was able to catch COVID. So please, people, please, even though you're attending these events, even though you took your needles, really and truly, you guys should still be wearing your mask. Big up yourself, Paradox. Ali TV, if you guys haven't subscribed to Ali TV, make sure you guys support Ali TV. Don't know Ali TV, big up yourself. Last time I see Mavado was in Connecticut. Was at Foxwoods. Okay, cool. Nice. He is a great performer. I love how Mavado performs. He can literally do like a 3-hour show. Chris Bailey said Gully Side. Yeah, enough love to Ali TV. Winning Street said, big up Mr. and Mrs. Gold, Gully / Vendetta. You don't know?
Big up.
I don't know. Deadly Lord, how you doing this Sunday? Big up Simone. Alkaline Hostage, still number one. Yes, Alkaline Hostage is still number one. Still number one. Good evening, Paradox Martin. Hostage is still number one. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys seen the interview with Gage. I'm not too sure how Onstage is with their whole copyright thing, so I'm afraid to play any of their videos. Breakfast Club pretty much got on my case yesterday too with a copyright thing. I'm going to talk more about the Spice and Shaggy thing, I think, tomorrow, but I got to figure out how I'm going to make the points for that interview. But so what Mr. Gold was just saying was the interview with Gage. What is a Gage? He was pretty. I don't know who's seen that interview. I want to show you guys so badly.
So what do you talk about Alkaline sing about?
Yes, the man was like, oh my God, what was the song that he quoted from Alkaline again? I did a promo on it. Why am I so blank right now? Hold on, guys. I gotta look this up. He was dropping so much hints. So first of all, Winfred Fiesta. Winfred starts off the interview by saying his Gage's profile is on low. So basically his meter is on low because I'm not saying nothing. So Gage was insulted by that. Of course, Winfred Fiesta, when he's ready and drops his little things. And him and Gage are going back at it because basically he was kind of hinting like Gage not do nothing. And Gage is saying he does stuff. And then Winfred was saying, well, what are you people doing? What are you doing when money not flow? And then Gage is trying to say he has his royalties. So Gage go and was talking about artists who are not working together. So before I get into it, let me just read some more comments. I'm good. I can't wait to go to Washington, D.C. all-white concert. It's going to be good. Nice. Just make sure you protect yourself and have your mask. Hostage number one. This is a hit. Yeah, it is a hit. It cannot fall. Gage is so shady. If he's shady, and so was Winfred. That was a shady interview. Yes, I seen it. Okay, magic. And you know what? I was talking to some people from Arms House Records, and they said that Maniac was on the top 100. So I'm not too sure which top 100. We're trying to work with Arms House to do an interview. We're just trying to get some things ironed out. Hopefully we'll get them to come true soon. So I'm looking forward to that. But Maniac is doing well, is doing good as well from the album Top Prize. Hita Demonic and Maniac, you don't know. There you go. You guys heard it. Thank you, Constable Bulldog, right? So Gage is talking and in the conversation, like they're basically Winford's like, so what do you think about the unity that's happening in dancehall? And he's like, well, you and Devin the Doctor united, and he's like, that's not unity because me and him never had a problem. So ding ding ding, he's upset about somebody he had a problem with. Then after he said, something about the heat of the moment, and I'm like, what? And then after, what was the other thing he said? He said, some man know themself or some man himself. And I was like, yo, I never heard so much word drops and word plays from Gage. And basically what Gage is balling and balling and balling. You have to check it out. It's so funny. The hints. I think I found 3 little Alkaline hints in this conversation. Basically trying to say the person he's not work with, he talked about the heat of the moment and the man himself or the him himself. He's basically saying people like Alkaline, people who have money, should be working with people like him to help boost up the industry. That's what he would see as unity. Because all who I talk about unity, he's not pre those people, not pre and them people. He's preing people who he thinks have money. My whole thing is, Gage, if you want to talk about shit now, why didn't you do this before? Why did you come at Alkaline? You shouldn't have come out Alkaline the way you did. You should have just admitted you're a fan and just keep it 100. But you try to come at Alkaline trying to do a stunt, trying to do the wire thing, and and it don't work. In which royalties, I guess, don't and them still make him get royalties. Even Winford didn't believe the royalty shit. Winford was like, okay, because Winford's talking about royalties, and how artists should have their backup plan just in case things like this happens, COVID, and so forth. So he was trying to basically drop hints. He would have, people like Alkaline should pay attention to him, like Shaggy, Sean Paul, those kind of big people, and to him and certain artists so that they could work together, do a collab where all of them could be living great. Now, one thing I must say about the interview that he brought up a good point, but he also shot himself in the foot. Let me read some more comments. Top Prize is also doing very well on all on the streaming platforms. Yes, they are doing it very, very, very well. And him talk about man say them a save dancehall. Yeah. When he made a point about people saying they're gonna save dancehall, and dancehall doesn't need to be saved. Like it's basically dancehall's always saving the youth coming out of the ghetto, which is a good point. Then he said that there needs to be platforms for us. Now, this is where I kind of have to agree to disagree. Because yes, we should have platforms like a YouTube, like what do you call it? Apple Music, Spotify, and so forth. But it's like when we do have certain platforms, we do not support those type of platforms. So I'm going to give an example of that because I know that for a fact, big up Walshy Killer, he tried to do certain sound system platform like where sounds converse each other, and then that way they're promoting artist music, and it was a platform. So like how there's verses, he wanted to do something with sound system. I know Matron was complaining, and he tried to do something like a clash thing to try to build things up. So people have tried to do stuff. Big up Wizology, who has his talk show where he talks about artists and what they've done in dancehall in history. Then we have people like CV and everybody else who's vloggers. So we have things out there, but it's not supported by our own people. Right? So we can't say there's nothing out there. It's just you guys don't think we're big enough to be important because we're not big like YouTube and so forth. But what everybody fails to understand, Spotify, good night, Misha, how you doing? Spotify, big up Paula as well. Spotify was small at one point. YouTube was small at one point. I've been on YouTube since 2006, right? And YouTube's small at one point. This is my Dancehall Queen page. Because I won an award from YouTube just for dancing. They were so small they used to pay attention to us. Not like now they can now we have to earn any eyeballs from YouTube, but YouTube used to pay attention to us because it was small, so we could win awards on YouTube. I won a Dirty Wine Championship with VP Records on YouTube, so it was small. Who else was small once upon a time? Facebook was small once upon a time before you can link up the owners them of Facebook and not have no issues. Instagram was small once upon a time. TikTok, all of these things were small, and then they grew based on support. We don't support our own thing, and that's the facts. So I understand where he was coming from, but we don't support our stuff. So I'm going to show you one example as someone who's doing big. Let me just finish reading and then talk about, okay, so I talked about that. Bless up General Ush. How you doing, General Ush, in other place? Remember, those who haven't subscribe to the channel. We're going to have our contest coming up soon. Paul Thomas said, what number is top prize album on the charts? I'm not too sure, and it depends what chart you're talking about. On the Billboard charts, I'm not too sure, but there's charts where top prize is still in the top 10. There's charts where the singles are in the top 10. There's charts where, depending on the country, the album is doing extremely well. There's charts that you can put together. Like if you look at all the streams and calculate all the streams, you will see that top prize is leading. The fact remains that for a current 2021 album, top prize in dancehall, top prize is still the number one album, period, no matter what you're looking at. Because everybody else who's on the charts is old or reggae. That might be a hand of top prize album, and that's just the facts. So I don't know what kind of psychology some people use. Share the stream, make it steam. Yeah, I like that one. Real Dogs always has some nice saying. Big up Real Dogs. I hope you and wifey's doing good. Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. I support Alkaline, not Gage. All right, only way to do it. But he did bring up some good points. But like I said, they're not supporting us. We're supporting to the world. Yeah, I'm good, chilling. That's good. Because even remember even CV said it. Like, these people should be going to channels like CV to do interviews, to talk about their albums. That's DMR News, and people don't know who CV is. And other vloggers, like we have a lot of artists at least coming on our channel. And what I love about my people, and these people are people I know personally because they're clean-hearted people. They're willing to support our channel. At the same time, they understand you guys don't know who they are, so they're still exposing themselves to an audience. And these are the kind of artists that are clean-hearted artists because they're huge. Brother B is huge. Ask any Grenadian about Brother B. He is huge. He's the king of their SOCA in that country, and he's coming on our channel, right? And because he's supporting another Black vlogger. He's supporting a vlogger he knows he can trust, right? And that's the thing. Like, real artists would support vloggers. And so Gage is saying what he's saying, but at the same time, Gage, there's a lot of things that have been out here for years. So Reggae Vibes is an online reggae and dancehall magazine, but they've been around for ages. Those in the sound clash world and DJs and artists know about them. They've been around since the early 90s. They've done many things. They have their magazine. Now they have an online format, and they keep a chart. So, we're quick to talk about we need to have our own chart. We do, right? Richie B, make sure puts together a chart for this magazine, Reggae Vibes. And it's not the best of chart. You will see that top prize is number 2, and it's been on the charts for 17 weeks. But you'll also see too that Enough Alike is also on the chart, and it peaked at number 1. It's been on the chart for 24 weeks. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's not up to date. I think it is a few few months behind on some of the songs and so forth. But the whole point is it's something that's a Black owned business. Um, Delivery has a right. Don't play with me. Oh, what's up? What's up, Rena? Hold on for 1 second, guys. Sorry about that right now, guys. Just have a visitor. Big up yourself, High Society Supper Club. Big up yourself. You'll try to multitask here on this business. So yeah, so they're a Black owned business. They're Jamaican, and they do their charts. So what are you guys talking about? There are charts out there. I know we have a Canadian reggae chart. There is UK charts. There's charts around the world. There's charts in Africa. So we have our own thing, Gage. The whole thing is, are you supporting it? Are you guys taking the time out to promote these things on your Instagram, on your YouTube channels? What are you guys doing to support these people before you say we don't have these things? We can never be like Billboard and everybody if we don't support it. When we had our little award shows, even though they're fuckery too, and they try to rob Alkaline many times, at the end of the day, many artists do not support. Okay, thank you. Many artists do not support those award shows. They think they're little bit, they're nothing and whatever. And that's just the facts. So you want to plead to the government. You guys always want to plead to the government. Plead to the government, plead to the government that we need this and we need that. But at the same time, you guys do so much outlawish things and then want to come back and plead to the government. Like it's just, I understand where you're coming from, Gage, but again, there's people I know personally that are putting their hard work into things in dancehall and still not getting any support. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, anyways, I thought that was interesting. And then another interview was with Lisa Mercedes, right? Another person on the other side. And the person on the other side, no, right? She is basically talking about how people teared her down from she talk about working with Vibes Cartel and so forth. It wasn't our side. We didn't give a fuck. It was the other side that teared her down, which is hilarious. Like they're always tearing down their own people. Always tearing down their own people. But what point I wanted to draw from her interview, they're all on the same day, by the way, was that she talked about it's like being an immigrant in a foreign country, and people really need to, sometimes we have to, as much as we like to touch and we like to bond down people, them not feel sorry for Alkaline no time. But we do have to be easy on some of the women, them, especially ones that never did nothing to Alkaline. Their side that's doing all the one in the same way. But she made a good point, like a lot of immigrants do have to struggle, especially when they enter our country illegally. It's very hard for them, and she was afraid to talk about her latest updates with her and nobody because she says she gets teared down too much. But my whole thing is, at the end of the day, we're all Jamaican background, Caribbean background, and women and Black women. Until she violates the Lord, I don't have no hate on her. She's just does her thing. She basically showed she lost her father at a young age. She didn't grow with her mother, so she does have mental issues. With a lot of us, we're saying on our side, but we have to remember that a lot of people do struggle and go through things. Honey, did you get her email? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, thanks. Big up, Rena. Thank you very much. I'll link you later for that. Thank you very much, hon. Yeah, so big up yourself, Ninja Ford, in the house. Okay, honey, I'm dealing with this. I can't deal with this. Sorry. Big up Ninja Ford in the house. I hope you're doing good. So again, I just want everyone to
Big up Ninja Ford.
to take from that interview that the girl's trying to do her thing. At the end of the day, women have to go through a lot of pressures in dancehall in general, and let's see what this girl has to offer. I think she personally needs more training with her voice and how she sounds, but she had do her. She had do her thing. So so big up for that interview. It was interesting to hear her talk about her background. Mavado's daughter also did her interview, and I thought she did a damn good job. Mavado's daughter is Sky Diamond. She conducted herself well, but I think Winford didn't prepare. It seemed like Winford didn't have his questions ready for her and so forth. So I was like, yo, this man is always rude, always being disrespectful for the young people. He's never prepared. Like, yeah. So what I didn't like is how he tried to bring the subject up about her brother. And I'm glad he ended up leaving it right away. But I didn't like how he tried to sneak that in. The woman's come there to talk about her career, and here you are trying to be slick, trying to sideline the conversation to ask about her brother. But she did a good job, and what she pointed out that I liked about her interview, like I said, all the interviews, they had something that you can take something from. Um, she she basically was saying that she finished school first. She always wanted to do music, but she finished school first before she started doing her thing. And I thought that was really important and really good for her. So big up to Sky Diamond. Your interview was really well. I recommend everybody check that out. Then you also had an interview by someone named Candy. Candy was like saying that she was endorsed by Clark's, and then later on you found out she's really just endorsed by a store that sells Clark's. So it just shows to the level how people still don't understand how business works. A straight endorsement would come from the corporation. So be careful how you use that around that you're being endorsed by Clark's, because at any time they can sue you saying that you're using their name falsely. So that was really interesting. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check out Onstage, I would definitely recommend for you guys to check out those interviews. They all, like I said, had something important that you could pull away and take away from it. But to me, it sounds like Gage is balling and crying and begging for a collab at the end of the day with Alkaline. Sorry, I think you screwed it up. Anyhow, let me take this time to just big up Carrie, having a good time as well yesterday. Let's see if I could get some of her stories. Let's see. She had a good time. I believe she was at Sands as well. So big up yourself. There's no sound on that one. There you go. Look good, girl. Big up yourself, Carrie. Looking damn good. Looking damn good. So as you can see, everybody's partying, but a lot of these places, they're asking people who are vaccinated to attend. Some people do have some that's her driving home. Some people have some good spacing. Woo! Some people have some good spacing. Here she is talking about Hostage. Ooh, 3.1 million views, guys. Number one.
Yo, this is Alkaline. It's not usual that I say something positive. But just I tell you them say, just believe me say, you show me say, and matter what I say, just know say I start. Don't try.
Okay, that message I definitely want Gage to get. And Lisa Mercedes, and also Candy, and also Star Diamond. that message that Alkaline leaves, let me go to Alkaline's Daily's page and play it properly. It's something at the end of the day I would like to see. That at the end of the day, I would like to see everybody who's trying to get in the game take what Alkaline's saying, take his advice. You know, you're talking about collab and you're talking about what you need help with and how you guys want support. As Star said yesterday, at the end of the day, before anybody can really make money and really be big, you guys need your own fans. So get your own fans, get your own fan base. Mr. Gold's like, no collab. Get your own fan base, you know. But Alkaline's words is right. Let them hear it, Alkaline. Beat and teach.
Yo, this is Alkaline. It's not usual that I say something positive, but me just tell you them say, just believe in yourself. That's what me say. And no matter what nobody say, just know say I start. Don't try to fit into society. Make society fit into us. Success is a must.
Amazing. Amazing. Say it again.
Yo, this is Alkaline. It's not usual that I say something positive, but me just tell you them say, just believe in yourself. That's what me say. And no matter what nobody say, just know say I start. Don't try to fit into society. Make society fit into us. Success is a must.
Success is a must. Okay, Dudley, I'm going to answer that question. We actually addressed that topic yesterday on the live, so you guys can watch the playback and get more insights on that. But I will give you some of my opinion just now. But basically what Alkaline is saying, and it reminds me of what my school teacher once told me. Like she said that we're always changing ourselves. For instance, if you have a name, say if your name was, okay, my nickname, let me use my nickname Warisha. And people didn't know how to spell it, knew how to say it. And then I'm like, okay, just call me Simone, right? My teacher always said, don't change yourself and accommodate others. Make them come to your level, come to you, and learn how to spell your name, pronounce your name, or to do, understand you instead of you adjusting you to fit people. So basically, that's what Alkaline's saying. Just be yourself, work hard, do your thing, and don't try to go in all these different ways that people want you to be. You create your own thing and people will come to you, especially if it sounds good and it's right. And that's a very, 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 very big point that a lot of people don't understand. There's so many people who want to be like other people, copycat, carbon copies. Just be yourself. Just be yourself and let people come to you. You got to learn to do your own thing. So, Gage, don't depend on a collab from Alkaline or from Shaggy. Do your thing where people want to collab with you. Create your own fan base, create your own team. Lisa Mercedes, same thing. You're saying people don't like you, blah, 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 blah. No one's ever going to like everybody. Like, there's always going to be a hater. All of us will always have a hater, no matter how good you do, no matter all the positive stuff you've done in the world. They don't care. You're always going to have a hater. So what you need to do is your thing that you know is right for you. MAVADO'S daughter, she's doing her thing. She says she wants girls to be confident, want girls to be proud of who they are, and she wants to be a voice for women. She's a slim thing. She's not here putting on no designer body or doing anything to make herself look like something she's not. She's being herself, which is amazing. And she's trying to push that narrative, and that's the right way to look at it. So basically, and Candy even too, she has a little tomboy look. Somebody was saying in the comments they don't like these tomboy artists. But at the end of the day, she's doing what she wants to do for herself and keeping her look. So Alkaline's words I would recommend to those artists. Listen to Top Prize album. Buy Top Prize album. Gage, Lisa, Gage done listen to that 1,000,000 times. All of you guys buy Top Prize album and take a lesson from the young lad. You just gotta be yourself. I don't know, Paul Thomas, where he's at on the Billboard charts. From your peak, your peak. Do you not understand how Billboard charts work? He's peaked. Once you peak, you always peak. So he peaked at number 2 with Top Prize. He's an emerging artist. He's in the top 100s, top 200s. He's already peaked. So what more you want? What more are you looking for? He's peaked. And anytime he can always peak. There's Bob Marley hasn't put out nothing since 19 how long. You know, see Bob Marley still on the charts. People can go on the charts, off the charts, on the charts, on the charts, off the charts for years upon years. He peaked. So I don't know where he's at this week. I never looked. I'm looking at the black reggae charts, the one that Gage is saying that we need and we have, and I see he's at number 2. Have a nice day. And his singles are doing damn well. Hostage is number 1. So this is Ninja Ford. Hope you're having a blessed Sunday. Big up yourself, cuz. Chris is bigging up Carrie. Simone, what are your thoughts about a lot of the Jamaican people dropping sex tapes? Yeah, so we were talking about that yesterday, and we were reminding people that it is illegal for people to put up videos without your permission in certain parts of the country. A lot of them are trying to do it, I guess, to bust. I heard the Dexter Dapp situation. The woman took it. His wife stole it. Star was letting us know the background on that. Pretty much, to me, I think a lot of women need to just chill out, and men. And we were talking about it yesterday. Some people, they delete it right away. Some people keep their own stash. Just near the end of our live, you can watch it. Everybody's opinion, but to me, it's like it's getting out of hand. But there's a lot of malicious people around, so people need to remember: as soon as if you're a guy and you're not call back that girl, she might release the video. If you're a girl and the man I try to make money off of Pornhub because they want to make some views, the chances are when you do a sex tape with a guy, the chances are he might put it up on Pornhub and upload it. So you just can't really trust mankind, right? At the end of the day. So just be careful. Exactly. Don't depend on nobody. Exactly. Them need to buy top prize. Yes, they do. They do. Buy top prize whole of meds, because what people don't understand, Alkaline's music is so educational. It's there to teach you all. It's there to help you all. It's there to make you guys learn and become better people. So anyhow, let me get to the next topic. Because like I said, this live will be very short. I still have yet to pin this link, but it's okay because like I said, I'm just doing a quick live. Now, I was told to go and watch all these things on Intence, and I have yet to see the Intence videos. I've only seen highlights. I've yet to see what Intence has really done, the damage he's really done in Cayman Islands. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. It's like I want to support so much of these youths. I really, truly do. But then a lot of them are doing so much madness, and it's like, how can I support you guys if you guys are doing so much stupidness? What, like, oh. So the latest on Intence, you guys know he's in Cayman Islands, or was. I don't know if he returned home, and he was doing a bunch of fuckeries. Apparently, people they said he wasn't singing good. He wasn't whining good. He wasn't. He was. He shouldn't have been at a high school. He was swearing. And Cayman is a very strict place. I said yesterday we couldn't do a show there because they didn't allow people to wear bati riders in their country. They're very conservative. Yeah, very conservative place. So I saw this article and it says parents upset after dancehall artist Intence was invited to a Cayman Island high school. I was like, oh Lord, what did Intence do now? School administrators at a high school in the Cayman Islands have come under fire after dancehall artist Intence was invited to speak at a special function at the institution. Intence, whose real name is Tashana Gabadon, visited the John Gary High School on Thursday, June 24th, where he addressed a group of students who are a part of the Boys to Men Mentorship program. Okay, so I'm reading this as is. This is this is my natural reaction. Maya said too much stupidity. While the Go Hard singer was only to address the small grouping of boys, once other students got wind of the event, they turned out in droves to catch a glimpse of the entertainer. My whole thing is, Okay, let me finish read before I ask the question. You guys can think about it. Why do you think Intence would be invited to a mentorship program? Let me know. Well, the Go Hard Sing. Okay, oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. Good afternoon, John Gray High School, right? Said Intence, who seemed uncertain of the name of the institution. No. Oh. This is why we say, like, when people are doing interviews, I have to give certain credit to people who do them well, because a lot of people don't know how to wing things or to conduct themselves when they're in public. They don't. Like, even if you weren't sure you have to sound sure, right? We not have no long. What we not have no long. Oh, we not have long. So just make the youth them know, say, stay in school, focus, work hard, not only hard but smart. Big up on yourself, sight. Oh my god. Oh, this is horrible, 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 horrible. So he's here to be a mentor at the school, and he can't even put a proper sentence together. Oh, let me finish reading before I read the comments. Oh my gosh, he can't even put a sentence together. Oh, I didn't know. So let me play this videotape.
Good afternoon, John Gray High School, right? Yeah. We're not on a long time, so we don't have to do anything. Stay in school, focus, work hard, not only hard but smart. Pick up on yourself, right?
Oh my god. Oh, I want to cry. I want to cry. Let me finish reading. Despite his address only lasting a few minutes, the students were clearly impressed and cheered loudly as Intence was quickly whisked away from the lunchtime event by his security team. The Pikachu DJ was all for the commotion as seen in the video, footage that captured the exit. During the security's earnest attempt to control the crowd, Intence wound down his window and stuck his hand out to greet the kids. Okay.
Charlie, when I talk to you, can't move no, you kill them now. Cut away.
I can't. Well, it's clear that Intence made the students' day. Some parents were not too happy when they learned of the entertainer's visit. According to several parents and onlookers who took to social media where they shared their disapproval for the lunchtime session, Intence was not an example for anyone to follow, much less children. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, and this is this considered a role model nowadays? With a clown. Ask one person followed by a series of concerns. They really having this guy meet kids at the school? Why would you want children to meet an artist who brings no real value to music or anything else to meet kids as an influencer? Think about that, guys. Soon ask you guys your opinion. While others admit that his catalog was certainly not appropriate for school age audience, they pointed out
They pointed out that he did not perform at the venue and had in fact delivered a wholesome message. Hold on, let's look at the wholesome message again, guys. Let me play the wholesome message again. Oh God, Intence, I don't want to do this to you. Oh shit. No, why are you going to another page? Seriously? Just play the message. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, that could wait. I'm not waiting for that to. Anyways, you guys, the message again was, good afternoon, John Gary High School, right? Said, we now have no long time, so just make the youth them know, say, stay in school, focus, work hard, not only hard, but smart. Big up on yourself. That's the wholesome message. That's a wholesome message. Oh, Lord of mercy. So, there's another comment that says, he may not be the image for promoting positivity, but in today's society, your children look up to these artists. Now, that's a big point. That is a very big point. As such, they may listen to good advice. As such, they must. Sorry, I lost my thing. I was looking at something else. As such, they may listen to good advice he's trying to impart. One user said, okay, and then they were nice enough to put this picture here with his two middle fingers up to answer that. Despite the entertainer's positive message at the event, the parents slammed the school administrators for extending the invite to Intence. I know they say the message matter more than the person, but really, something get better messenger. Intence has been in the Cayman Islands for close to a month. Okay, so he's been there a very long time. That makes sense. I'm seeing so much footage on him. So he's been there for close to a month as he headlined the Have a Cooler Fete, which took place on June 18th at the Lion Center. A source close to the entertainment team told Dancehall Mike that local laws required that Intence and his entourage remained in quarantine for 2 weeks. Okay. As such, he decided it was best to spend a month on the island, which is featured in the visuals of his latest single, Turn Off. Okay. So he did his little video. You guys can check that video out. So anyhow, that's Intence. That's why he's in the news so much, guys. He's been there for a month. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. How do I address this topic? Because, I want to be fair to Intence because I know what it's like for people to judge you on your outer appearance, right? And not really know that you have a good soul. But my whole thing is, whoever is his manager, they're not helping. His PR team is not helping. First off, Intence should have had a speech written, what he wanted to say to the kids then before attending. A speech should have been written for him, and then they could have addressed it. That wasn't done. So that's poor. To only go speak for a few minutes. It was an event you're invited to, a mentor event. No matter what country it is, Cayman is, Cayman Islands, like I said, they're well conservative. They have a good reputation. But at the end of the day, there's kids that do fall to gun violence. You have an opportunity to help kids hear a positive message and you didn't take it. Intence. Other than stay in school, you need to say why you need to stay in school. Stay in school so that you can have something to fall back on. Stay in school to keep you occupied from getting into gangs. Stay
in school so that you can learn how to read and write well, and then maybe be a CEO or own your own record label. Or if you become an artist, you have something to fall on. Or if you want to be an artist like me, you'll be able to write your lyrics properly. Stay in school so that if you want to be an artist, that you'll be able to know how to handle your finances and so forth. Say a little bit more. The people that invited you to their country, invited you to speak at this high school, and that's all you said? That was not cool. And then the high school, I thought, was extremely irresponsible coming from a parent. That did you send notes to parents letting them know this was going to happen? And how did these other kids get to go? Because okay, say if their parents um had a notice ahead of time that he was coming, then we should have been able to, what about the kids that came that weren't invited? Obviously they wouldn't have had notes prior. So those parents are going to be upset. So the school didn't do a good job preventing that. It was, and I don't know. Intence could have said something too, like, you might see me just like this and carry myself like this, but I know how when I have to do business to conduct myself as appropriately. Big up yourself for us. Happy Sunday to you. So I don't want to say because of the way Intence looks that that he shouldn't have spoke, because then you know I would be fighting against everything that I took long to fight against with his "don't judge a book by its cover." But my whole point is, Intence, you had an opportunity to break stereotypes. You had that opportunity to show, though you look like this and you have hey Carlton, how you doing? Even though you have a tattoo on your forehead, that you yourself is a smart individual, and parents shouldn't be threatened by you, because when they hear the words come out of your mouth, they will hear how smart you are and how intelligent you are. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that whole thing. Like, I'm just trying to be fair and trying to say it's not that because Intence looks the way he looks, and the way and the songs that he sings might not be anybody's cup of tea. The whole point is you can't stop children from listening to Intence's music. But what Intence should have did was take advantage of that opportunity to show you're intelligent, show you're a smart individual. And this is why people wonder why we love Alkaline, because Alkaline is naturally a smart individual. And he knows how to carry himself well. He knows how to, conduct himself in an interview. He knows how to read and write. And this is why we love him, because he shows the level of intelligence in his lyrics and when he does his interviews. And as a business person, like I was saying to Kid the other day, Alkaline's the type of person who writes business plans. He knows what he's doing 5 years from now. He knew what he was going to do for Top Prize years before he discussed with any producers what he wanted to do with Top Prize. When we started seeing Alkaline working with young producers, and we thought it was great he was working with young producers, that man knew he was going to have these young producers on his album. And make a difference, make change in history. So Mr. Paul, who keeps asking about charts and charts and charts, Paul, at the end of the day, Alkaline broke records upon records, including having an album with all young producers and charting on the Billboard and on the emerging artists and the heat seekers. So no matter what you're trying to pull, whatever game you're trying to play, it not gonna work, because he still broke records, and you guys can't take that back from him. So on a positive note for Intence, because he's still doing his thing, Shaw Paul and Intence embraces sound system culture in real still visual. This article came out June 25th. You guys can check it out, but pretty much is letting you know that Sean Paul and Intence have now released their official video. So there is collabs happening, Gage. Like I said, if people rate you, respect you, they will do collabs with you. So they have their collabs, and I'm very happy because, at least as much as things have been kind of sad for Intence in the last few weeks, it's good that he's going to get some strength from Sean Paul, especially like how Sean Paul's doing good with his album right now with the Go Down There thing, you know, this will be a good highlight for Intence's career. Hopefully he'll know how to use it better than Silly Banks, you know, when you're working with certain artists. So you guys can check that out. But I'm very proud that Sean Paul, he always gives strength, you know, and he always works with people. He's worked with Alkaline too. So big up Sean Paul for that. And it's coming out the right time. It's like all these bad PR Intense is getting. At least there's some good news for Intense. So big up yourself, Sean Paul. Let me see what Paradox Martin wrote here. Paradox Martin said, Alka is the man that's ushered into the streaming era. Yep. He's the leader of the streaming era. People didn't know what the hell a streaming was until Alkaline start the flames. Now, all I have to say is there's another artist. Some people might know him as Goathead. Some people might know him as the bully who picked on Alkaline. And he has his album that's supposed to be dropping soon. He released his video early this week. And Mr. Paul, you there asked about Alkaline's numbers and Alkaline on the chart. You know, you better go pre some man who's supposed to be the king of Kingston and still can't get 100,000 on their video in 1 week when Alkaline is getting millions on his videos. All right, so big up Alkaline, because you see these people want to talk down to you, talk shit about you, say crap about you, and then you see the man puts out a visual. He puts out a visual, and his visual video still can't make the numbers as Alkaline's song Hostage. You can't test. So Mr. Goathead, Mr. King of Kingston, you need to humble yourself. You ready for come out on Alkaline and you can't even get 100,000 views in a week? You struggle for make it. Even the article that I read about you was basically saying you had only under 20,000 K in less than 24 hours. That's bad. That is bad. Intense has even mashed up them numbers before. So just be careful. Just be careful. We're watching you very closely, and we're going to see what you do with this album. Okay, you're quick to criticize Alkaline and make it seem like Alkaline's doing fuckery when you're doing fuckery. I took the time to actually try to listen to that song. Honey, I didn't want to call his name. Jeez, I didn't even want to listen to that song, but I tried to listen to that song you have, and I couldn't listen to it long. It was horrible. Horrible. And I don't like the way that fans are lying to you and making it sound like it's great. It was horrible. It sounded like it was 90s dancehall. There's no creativity. Your lyrics were very basic. It's like 1, 2, 3, ABC shit. And then the rhythm was like louder than your voice. Everybody quick for talk about Alkaline's rhythms. This little rhythm is like it's like, oh my god, can you please turn up the rhythm, please, so that we can cover the crapness of the lyrics. Like it was so loud, it was overshadowing his voice, and then the quality of the rhythm was horrible. And I'm surprised because if this is coming from, I wonder if this was coming from the Marley camp. I didn't check, but it was really bad. It was like you got robbed. So, you know, practice what you preach, pretty much. Practice what you preach. So if you guys haven't heard it, you guys can hear it, but I wouldn't recommend you hear it so you wouldn't get the views. But it is horrible. So again, you had strength to pick on Alkaline, and here you are putting up crap. So talking about older artists, we have to give some praises to a veteran in the business. And we're going to be wrapping up this live soon. It's not going to be long, so we'll be able to catch even CV tonight. We're going to be on tomorrow again. Big A SCAP win for Chakademus. If people don't know who Chakademus is, he's the one that sings Maxine. There was a little girl named Maxine, and a bunch of murder she wrote. What'd you say, babe? He's a very bad artist. I always would hear his name, Chakademus with Pliers. And he's the one too that helped dancehall queen Sir Carlene get popular because she dances in his video. So we have to congratulate him. Reggae and dancehall star John Christopher Taylor, more popularly known as, here comes Horace. Good night. Good evening, Horace. How are you? Oh my God. I can't believe that trick, guys. Oh my God. Banned from studio. Oh my gosh. Horace, you got DJ big up yourself. Horace, I can't believe Butthole stole your name. Oh my God, I should have known by CV. I'm so sorry. CV teaches us not to make these people come on our team, so. Horace, the man took up your name and batty up your name. Ban and blood clan. I don't even know if that's the real Horace now in the chat. That's not me. Oh my God. Too late. Too late. I banned him from the thing, but the man showed this butthole guy. The butthole guy came and used Horace's name.
I'm sure you asked.
Yeah, show his ass.
Boy, watch. You better come over here.
And ban him. Fucking hell, yo. And I know to order to do the thing. Pussy old plot up sheep ass mother cunt. Anyhow, I'm trying to do this shit in the middle of us trying to congratulate a veteran in the business. Horace says I have a wrench. Thank you. Thank you, Paradox. And neither do you. Hold on. I don't know if that's the real Horace. Let me see if it's the real Horace.
Yes, that's the real Horace. They did it earlier with me over by Nat's channel, and as a result, I got blocked because when I was trying to call you blocked me, and I feel away because that was not me.
Oh my gosh. Wait a second, I'm trying to use your name. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you called. I banned the person from calling back.
I can say, no, man, when you said Horace, I know that it was going to happen because the same thing happened.
Okay, well, I gave you a wrench, so you have a wrench. You and Paradox guys a wrench.
I didn't have any wrench.
I didn't know you didn't have a wrench. I can't see. We can't see really from this unless you guys tell us. And Carlton, I gave you one too. Well, I know, and the thing is, Dudley.
Right now I'm blocked by Nuts because she believed that it was actually me who did that. I was trying to call in afterwards, and she gave me a wrench, but she didn't give me any wrench.
No, you need to straighten that shit out with her. But obviously, it's because I banned the person from calling, so obviously it's not you because I banned the person. The person can't call back. Well, they could call back on another account, but I banned the person. So, Hot Bread didn't have wrench too. Let me give you a wrench. But it's killer. This person's been doing this body hole thing. People think it's very 150. This person's been doing the body hole thing for 1 whole year or more. It's like, seriously, Nathaniel? It's ridiculous. Using poor hair, Horace, the hard working man doing him things. Horace, it's okay.
Black me thought that I was fake, but I was fake one. She actually blocked the real one.
Yeah. Well, if anything, I'm just trying to reach out to her on her Instagram page and let her know, or on her community on her YouTube channel, let her know. that it wasn't you, or someone else can pass the message for you. You good otherwise?
So what's up? Yeah, what's up?
Okay, I was just reading to say that Shaka Demus, and you remember Shaka Demus and Pliers back in the days? You know them.
The one where Pliers said, tease me, tease me, tease me, tease me,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, that's the song I was trying to remember. That was my favorite song. That was my favorite song. So anyhow, they recently, um, received the award. They won a win at the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publisher Awards. This is like some big shit. So this is like a big award show in American society full of composers. So to get this respect is like what we were saying yesterday, that some people need the respect from like Grammy, the Grammy scene. People who sit on the Grammy committees, these are those people. So they finally giving them honor, and they won an award with them. And they also mentioned that they were 2021 winners of the ASCAP Latin Music Awards. And they were listed as one of the winners for a song called La Toxica. I never heard of this. And Quiteria Maliti. I don't know what that is. So there's music that we don't even know these people still are doing. I do. And I get rewards from. But congratulations to them. I think Ninja Ford was saying the other day was sometimes people have music and they don't know that in another country their old music is being heard, and it's like new music in that country. So once you put out good quality music, you still can get your accolades. So congratulations to Shaka Demus and Pliers for getting their awards from again the ASCAP, which stands for American Society of Composers. They got their Latin Music Award, and they got their American version of their award as well for their songs. It's a very good look for reggae and dancehall culture. Because like I was saying again, these are the people who sit on the Grammy panel. So when you guys want to look up more, read this up, especially if you know your parents used to listen to them. It's called the Big ASCAP win for Shaka Demus, and it's in Dancehall Mag. I definitely recommend you guys take a look at it. But like I said, overall, it's a good look. It's a good look.
Simon, what's your input on the whole Intence thing and when you came on at us?
So I was saying that I don't like to judge people by the way they look, but I think he could have conduct himself. Oh, sorry, connection is bad. Or okay, he muted. Yeah, sure. DJ's the type of person DJ gets annoyed easier. She hate nice in her ears. I was saying that I don't like to judge people from how they look, but what I don't like is you're going to a student thing. You should have had a speech prepared. His people should have had a speech prepared for him, that he could say to the kids. He just did this one little sentence stay in school thing when he should have talked about it more serious, and talked about the reasons why kids should stay in school and not brush it off. It come like you take the people their money if they paid, and or just because they didn't pay, you left early. And I didn't like that. I thought it was bad. And Cayman's a very strict island. They could ban your ass. They banned cartels before in the past. Cayman Island.
You're hearing me clearly?
We hear you a little bit. It's a little breakup.
I'm sure. But sometimes you're breaking up as well.
Yeah. Are you hearing me clearly?
I'm hearing you clearly now. You're hearing me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, remember the impromptu speeches, that are unprepared speeches, and sometimes those speeches end up do well because it's from your heart. Sometimes you want to just say something from the heart, so you do an impromptu speech. But not all persons are good at impromptu speech. So I can see where he should have prepared a speech.
Oh, you're breaking up real badly. You want to come back in and come back out for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just try it. I'm not connected to internet, so don't think it's my end. Hey, what's up, Humble Leo? How you doing? How you doing, Deidre? Hot bread, big up yourself.
Hear me clear now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Yes, I said. Uh,
So you're saying something about it's good to come from the heart, but his thing was only his speech was only a sentence. It was just like 5 words.
okay.
He only said basically stay in school, and that was it. And sight and whatever his little lingual is. That's it. He never
Yeah,
said why. Like
but they must stay in school. They must stay in school. They already know that.
big up star. Like big up star. He should have said stay in school. It's important. I didn't finish school or I finished school, make it relatable. It was a special mentorship program. Usually mentorship means, if people are not familiar what mentorship means, it means I'm looking at you who's experienced in an industry or in life to teach me something. That's how mentorship program works. So he was invited as a mentor. He wasn't invited as like just intense passing through. He was invited to talk to a bunch of students from a mentorship program. So he should have been there he was only there for like 2 minutes. He should have been there longer, and he should have had a serious discussion with them, at least 10 minutes. I thought that, so I think it was very disrespectful. That was not cool. And another thing is the parents. They said some kids snuck. Some kids, big up yourself, Deadly Lord. Some kids. What'd you say? Sorry, what'd you say, Han?
A serious thing. Intense body in a teach you, they're not.
Yeah, in a teach the youth them number thing, and when
Waiting the you them parents at school for teach Napoleon.
yeah, you're sent to school to learn, and then the other kids that came to watch, they weren't part of the program, so they didn't control the kids them, and then those parents never gave permission. Because those kids weren't planned to be there, so I understand why some parents will be upset. You just see a picture of a Tim.
As an artist, in an experience with you them.
Yeah, and not even a youth. I don't think he has any speaking experience, and this is why I always say I was shocked the other day when I heard Spice on Wendy Williams, because she's improved a lot. She kind of got down a little bit on the Breakfast Club, but she proved to me she knows how to switch up her talk. And even Dancehall Queen Carlene, we all talk about this all the same time too. The way that Dancehall Queens used to win competitions before, it wasn't about who can do flip and go pan them head 20 million times. It's about who can command the audience to keep quiet, listen to what they're going to say, and then speak well. And then dance well, but in a sexual, sexy way where you don't have to kill out yourself. But you had to learn how to talk. We couldn't win the competition if we didn't know how to talk.
Simone, based on Spice record, she is a person who can talk, and she did well in school as well. Spice is
No.
not.
When Spice used to do interviews in the early stage, she used to have that whole ghetto girl talk where she would talk like she not have no sense, like that whiny whine, and then people don't understand her. But now she has changed her style of speaking when she talks to an audience.
One has changed.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why it's important, because if you're going to be an artist, you might be on an international stage. But what I'm trying to show you, that the dancehall queen competitions that we used to do back in the days, we were told ahead of time when we're going to do a competition before we would get a crown that we have to be able to answer questions and speak well. So if you weren't somebody who knew how to speak well, you would learn. Because if you're going to represent your country and go to different places and do radio stations and shows and guest speaking, you're representing Jamaica and other countries that I am knowing. So right now, the whole of Cayman Island, the parents them are mad at him. How that look? He represented Jamaica, he represented dancehall, and he made it look like we don't have no sense. It didn't look good. It wasn't a good look. And it's sad because it was a good opportunity for him to prove that somebody who looks like him can speak well and carry himself well. I know he was trying to be cool by saying sight or whatever that word is. But it's better he didn't go, for real. But Alkaline, Alkaline kid knows how to conduct himself where he could just easy and cool and speak well. But like I said, all he needed to do, even if it was 10 minutes, say why I should stay in school. Say why. Nope. Just stay in school, you know, site, and then that was it. That's bad. Bless up Mr. and Mrs. Gold from Diesel Music Vivo. Just come, big up yourself, Diesel. You guys make sure you check out Diesel Music Vivo.
For instance, Simon, he could say a little the importance of staying in school and use itself as an example of education as impact as an artist and stuff like that.
Exactly. If you guys didn't hear him, well, Horace was basically saying he could have talked about school and how the impact it has on music. Like you could have said, you know, because a lot of artists didn't finish school, even when they finished school, because they didn't learn certain skills, they weren't able to read a contract, or because a lot of artists didn't finish school, they got robbed by producers. That shit's interesting to a kid, and especially if you tell a kid at that age something positive, it will stick with them forever. They're gonna remember that visit.
But Simon, if it was Alkaline, it would have been different, because remember that Alkaline did well in school at one point. He was on school challenge quiz and stuff like that. So I believe he would have represented more if it was Alkaline and not Intence, because probably Intence is not on that academical level as Alkaline was.
Yeah, exactly. But even if he wasn't on the academic level, that's what I'm trying to say, that his management should have did better. Because if I know and I understand what you're saying, it sounds better when someone speaks naturally, but they could have gave him some points. They could have been like, okay, Intence, I know you probably want to be cool and do your swag thing, but please make sure when you go there, you talk about these few things. They probably did tell him, we don't know. But I'm just saying that they should have gave him some talking points. Because like I said, he represented Jamaica. And the thing that hurts me, Horace, I like to prove the case that you can't judge a book by its cover. So I know when the parents them saw what Intence look like, they must have said, oh, they bumble. Well, they don't say bumbleclat in Cayman, but they must have said, what the hell is this man doing at my kid who's not even 18-year-old school with a tattoo in his forehead? Now my kid's telling me they want a tattoo in their forehead. But if he went there and then the parents heard this man speak, they could have said, okay, I might not like how we look, but what he's saying makes sense. You know what I mean? They could have kind of give him a little more chance. But back in the days, they banned Cartel from Cayman Islands back in the days. They don't play Cayman. We had a show cancel because they didn't want us coming with our batty riders. Crickets are kill me ears.
Simon, there's a phrase that image is everything. So his deportment speaks a lot. So I think these persons might judge him based on his deportment or how he presents himself.
Exactly. But you know, again, what they should have did, what he should have DJ, I know DJ can't take sound. He's at least trying. DJ's putting his thing on mute. DJ says the crickets are killer. What he could have did, he could have wore a hat to cover the tattoo. You know what I mean, Dave? He could have wore like a baseball cap or a headband, like how Alkaline does his little headband thing and cover the tattoo, because he has to conduct himself. Like you have to conduct yourself, because it's just like an office. It doesn't matter if I know people who have tattoos all over that work in corporate office, but Yeah, but when they go to the office because of dress code, they have to wear a jacket and cover the tattoo them. So yeah, and it's just like in Jamaica. There's some stores in Jamaica. I remember when I was young, and I think I could wear my little shots anywhere. No, there's some stores in Jamaica that won't even let you go into the store if you try to come in with your shorts. If you're not just presentable. Or there's some restaurants that won't let you come if you're not just presentable. So the fact that you're going to be a role model at a kid's school and a mentor and it's a uniform school is more reasons why. And we've seen him dress good. He should have put himself together. Bless up himself, Gully. Bless up himself.
Dress up himself and talk good to you.
And talk good.
The student them and they're going to you them follow more time.
Yes, Deidre said, see them not ready for international scene. Exactly, Deidre. They're not ready. And that's what people need to understand. That's why sometimes when we bring these artists on the show, we try to talk about things like that. We talked about that with, I believe, Sample King, because Sample King even has his little Canadian accent.
Simone, when you're in the school, you want to adjust it in a very formal way. For example, you said, I want to pick up the principal, the teacher, the student, and so on, and then you get into your speech, and you know.
Exactly. And the thing is too, he could have used. This is like I said, he could have used his looks to his advantage. I would have said, if this was me, okay, let me show what I would have did. I would have said, first of all, I would have wore a baseball cap or a band because I probably can't wear a hat in school. So I probably would have wore like a headband or a tam or something to make it look really, like more classy. And then I would have wore like not a suit, a business casual look, like a jacket with a t-shirt. I put on some swag, Yeah, look white. I could wear on my all white like how he likes to wear. And then I would have said, like you said, Horace, I would have said, you know what? Look at me. I know that people might not want to invite me to certain things, but I have to give credit and ratings to the principal and the teachers that believed in me that I can be a mentor to the kids in your school.
Exactly.
Because that's a big deal. You just brought up a big point for any principal of any school to really invite Intence. They have to be a very open-minded principal.
That big thing,
because in Jamaica that shit would never happen just so, unless there's connections or money. Like so and I would have started off with that speech exactly, and then say, I don't have long, because she said that part. I don't have long. I'm sorry. I wanted to spend time with you, but there's more students here than planned. But what I want to say is, kids, stay in school. And the reason why I say stay in school is because I had friends who never stayed in school and ended up being victims of gun violence and things that are not good. And look at me, because I finished school or because I knew some stuff from school, I'm able to create songs and lyrics. And, I'm not saying be like me. I'm saying just be yourself, and that's it. That was under 2 minutes. And that's it. Nothing more. Sight. What is Sight winning? Is that his little winning streak? Is that his little talk? I know. Listen to music.
And Simone, he could also said, although a lot of you might become entrepreneurs, you still might create employment for other persons. So education is very important.
Yes.
Because knowledge of the business is also important of doing the business and so on.
Exactly.
Because I'm basically an entrepreneur, and I know a lot of you might be entrepreneurs. But a lot of you might venture into other areas as for working for persons, and education is very important. Not only to work, but knowledge on a whole. Knowledge is power.
Exactly. Misha said, image is everything, first impression last. Yes. And like I said, I hate doing that whole don't judge a book by its cover. But I remember, again, as a dancehall queen, as much, and you guys know it too. You guys see me fight on CV and carry on when I'm ready. But at the same time, you guys can hear that I can speak intelligently. and so can CV, right? We have our days that we could be whatever, but at the end of the day, we know to conduct ourselves in an intelligent manner when it matters. So even if someone look at me and say, look how that girl like to wear sexy clothes, or look how she carry on, when they hear me speak, they'll have to just rate me, and that's what you should be able to do as an entertainer, as a human being. And I think we're seeing it on CV that we should all learn how to sell ourselves in the first minute that somebody meets you. He is being him. Carlton, is he really being him? Because I swear I've heard Intence. I can't remember right offhand, and I'm gonna probably see if I can challenge myself. I'm sure I heard Intence speak properly before. How
All
about
right.
you, Horace? I think I have.
Simone,
Mm-hmm.
as you mentioned earlier, sometimes it can be a little informal, but if you're in a formal setting, you know how to adjust yourself properly. But you're still being Simone, right?
Mm-hmm.
In yourself doesn't necessarily have to be you have to be informal or you know derogatory or something of that sort. You still can be yourself and be presentable or appropriate while doing so.
Exactly. But the whole point is a school does have a dress code. There is a dress code in a school. So you should respect the dress code. So they wouldn't accept a Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has done big speeches too, and Mike Tyson knows how to put in his intelligent talk. As much as he has his slang and his little accent, I've seen Mike Tyson do in a professional speaks, and he's done endorsements and stuff like that. And if he never used to be that way back in the days, he learned because he had a lot of business deals. He can't go sell people them product and none of us speak. Mike Tyson's had his training too.
Mike Tyson big man.
I mean, Raheem, what's up, Raheem? How you doing? You have to know how to conduct yourself in a manner. Uh, poor Horace, they're talking about your name, Black. Very well said, Yang. Simone, okay, I just want to read what Carlton is saying because he has a good. Simone, the same was said about such man at Mona University in Jamaica. Well, I don't know. I never saw such man's speech in the Mona University. Um, so I can't talk about that honestly. But at the end of the day, when I know that a lot of people speak at UE and so forth, and they're just guest speakers, but he was literally invited to a program that was known as a mentorship program. So it's one thing to just be like how Ayakte might go to school and just sing at a kid's high school or whatever. He was invited to be a speaker at a mentorship program. That is different. Like I said before, a mentor is somebody that we look up to, that we could get advice to know how to progress in life. Which, if it's not professional, it's with life skills and lessons. Like like how those guys were here yesterday teaching us about nuts and stuff that's good for our body. That's a form of mentorship when someone's teaching you something that will help you progress in life or be healthy or be a better person. So he was invited to a mentorship program. And that's the problem. If he was just invited to the school, that's another thing again. But he was invited to a mentorship program. So the parents now, when they put their kids in a mentorship program, they're expecting their kids to learn
But
certain languages.
the question is, what is his idea to that mentorship program, or someone asked him to?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm wondering if it was his idea, because if it was his idea, it would be more genuine and sincere rather than just a show putting on a show.
No, it wouldn't be his idea because he didn't even know. Oh, that's the thing. He didn't even know the name of the school. He didn't even know the name of the school. He had to say it right. Let's see if we can find the video back again. If you missed the video when I played it, Oris.
Yes, I missed it.
Okay, let me see if I can find the video because some of you guys are here. So I'll see if I can find it again. He didn't even pronounce. He didn't even remember the people them school name. Let me Shit, even Google. I just put P and Google found that quick. Google's even like, oh, girl, you need to show them this again. So let me play this again and let you guys see for those who've missed it. Because we want to seem like we're beating down Intence. I follow up with a good thing. He's doing whatever with Shaggy. Okay, so let me play the video again for everybody to see who never saw the video. See quick what he did. They are against bleaching. They're against a lot of things. Carlton, I was saying earlier, I could perform in Cayman because they're extremely strict. So it's not only the bleaching. Listen to the man. You tell me if you have kids and you know they're part of a mentorship program. So let me just read this again. Right? Where's the part here? So you guys know. Parents upset after dancehall artist Intence was invited to a Cayman Islands high school. Right? School administrators at high school in the Cayman Islands have come under fire after dancehall artist Intence was invited to speak at a special function at the institution. And then they talk about his name. And then it says it was Thursday, June 24th, where he addressed a group of students who were part of a Boys to Men mentorship program. So you can see it was special. And this is what he said.
Good afternoon, Shaggy High School, right? Yeah. We're not long time, some of the youth there. Stay in school, focus, work hard, not only hard but smart. Big up on yourself, right?
That's it. That's all he did. So to repeat, he said, "Good afternoon, John Gray High School, right?" Said Intence, who seemed uncertain of the name of the institution. We not have no long time. We not have long. So just I make the youth them know, say, stay in school, focus, work hard, not only hard, but smart. Big up on yourself, Said. And that's it. That's all he did. That's it. That's his whole visit.
Simon, the reality is it's not really a talkative person. So
Who's not really a talkative person?
Intence.
Oh, please. I've seen Intence interview, but it's not about even if you're not a talkative person, then don't accept the invitation to give a speech for a mentorship program. That's huge. Yeah. If you know you can't do it, don't do it. Exactly. And like I said, if you know you can't do it, but you want to do it, then have somebody write down talking points for you. And if you have to look, you look. And read. And if you can't read, then you just say, just wing it. Just do it from your heart. Let them know what it's like. All you had to do even was just be honest. Like, and say when I went to school, I was bullied, or you know what I mean? Just even tell a little story. 5 minutes even. Who knows if the parents even had to pay for this special program? And that's what the kid learned? Thank you, Maya. We need to support the right thing. Right, Misha? Good night, everybody. Good night, Devin. How you doing, Devin? Hope you're doing good. Remember, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. As they were saying earlier, we have our contest coming up. Thank you, Deadly. Symphony said it's all about confidence, being passionate about what you're speaking on. Exactly. Big point. Doing your research and engaging the audience. Prepare. Record yourself in front of the mirror. Oh my gosh, that's big, right? Symphony, you guys, is basically giving advice. Not all of us know how to do speeches and talk, but you need to, if you're talking about something you love, like music, it should come naturally, right, Mr. Gold? Like, you'll sound like you're a professional because it'll be something that you are sincere about. So like you say, Horace, if you talk about music and say, you know, you guys see me here doing this music and these music videos and all this stuff, but it was hard. I once had to struggle like a lot of you. And it's not until I got a good manager, things started to work out for me. But if I went to school, or if I stayed in school longer, or maybe because of school, I was able to read my contract to make sure I knew what I wanted in a manager. That's all. Just be yourself. But like you say, you can record yourself. That's actually a very good tip. So for those who are not comfortable with speeches, record yourself, see how you sound. But you don't know how powerful your opportunity was. Those kids were happy no matter what, but you had a powerful opportunity to get in those kids' brain that 20 years from now, they literally remember what you said. Like there's people who I've met when I was young and they used to come to your school and speak, and I still remember what they said. I had my first job, my boss told me, never work harder, work smarter. Intence told them work hard but smart. And but the person who taught me that, I've never forgot that. Work smarter, not harder. That sticks to you when you have the right person just delivering the message. It'll stick to you throughout life. So very, very good point. Very, very good point. He should have done better. Yeah, man. Especially, I just want to, like, as a parent, let's put ourselves as parents. Think about it.
No, but come on. How does one work smarter in school and not harder now?
Okay, that's a good question. So work smarter but not harder means basically like, for instance, if you organize, or like how Symphony was just trying to describe something, if you organize how you're going to do your work, and if you don't leave, okay, if you know how to say, for instance, I focus better when there's no distraction and there's no noise, and I can do my homework better, then I'm going to do that. Then that little smirk about when you can work effectively, it will help you progress. Then if you're trying to say, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna study this and I'm gonna study that, and then you're piling on all these things, and then because you studied so much for the day, you ended up forgetting what the first thing was you studied, because you try to work hard and try to put all these stuff together and try to do it all last minute before the deadline, and then you ended up not remembering anything for a test. Whereas if you started earlier to study and you just spent 1 hour on something, and then you
Come
spent
on.
2 taking your time.
Simon, there's nothing in school that say you should work smarter, not harder. You can come up with a strategy how to make
That's what it means, though.
that,
Smart. Harder means you could do things that will overwhelm yourself, and that doesn't mean it's being effective. You're doing too much. Just because you're working hard, that don't mean you're being effective. There could be, for instance, honey, like there could be some people who work on a production line, and they could probably do the numbers and pass the numbers, but the quality fails. So you might have the quantity, but you don't have the quality, which is something that we always talk about.
All right, Simone. When I was going to school and doing math, what I did, I catch on maths very fast. So what I did was to help other students with their maths. While doing so, I get better and better and better and better. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not working hard because I've helped other students, but it is still working smart because the more I do it, the more experience I get. So it's using a strategy how to make things work. But that
Yeah, but
still
the whole
doesn't
purpose of using a strategy and coming up with a strategy, it would be considered you working smarter. That's the smart part. Like I said, someone could be working on something, like we always say, quality over quantity. Just because someone works hard, someone could work harder than you, but that doesn't mean they're putting out quality or good work or doing something that can last long.
because they are not using the right strategy.
And you might end up having to do twice the work after because you did it crap. But if you take your time and know how to do something and come up with a plan or a strategy or whatever, that's considered thinking smarter. Like I could deliver a bunch of newspapers door to door, or I could just use my car and drive in my car and throw the paper. Like it's just about a strategy on how to do your work more effectively but properly, So sometimes sometimes when you overload yourself, even with work, you can stress out yourself, and it's not healthy. More than you take your time, jump on a assignment early for school, and then you don't need to worry when the deadline come. You don't do what you have to do. And so it's just how you have to, but again, you see like how we're even confused about that whole thing. This is why when Intence said something like that, work smart, work hard but smart, he should elaborate, because even you just had a question, what did I mean about that? And you're a big grown man, so what about the kids he said that to? Then they declare war to know what do you mean? How you just I'm gonna tell me to do something and then you're not telling me what you mean. DJ Omen said, "Bless up M&MG. Happy Sunday. Just a pass through. Bless up. Big up yourself, DJ Omen. DJ Omen, we have Brother B here today. If you can pass through, I mean tomorrow at 7 p.m. If you can pass through Eastern Standard Time. Bless up yourself." So yeah, if you're confused and you're a big grown man, then what do you expect the people to feel? So I was asked why were the parents mad. A lot of the kids that attended weren't even supposed to be there. Some kids like broke into the big up yourself kid. Some kids broke into the session, so they weren't supposed to be there. So parents were mad about that. Parents didn't know he was coming to speak to their children. And what did someone say? Some people believe, of course, he didn't have an image for promoting positivity. But like I say, I don't like to believe that. But like a person said here, as much as parents don't want to admit, at the end of the day, your children are listening to these type of artists. So even though he doesn't have the image, they are listening to him. So what's up, kid?
Well, go on,
Yo, you don't know the thing going on that way. You don't know the thing going. I say I just finished the live sim. Like, sorry, I went over into your time, you see me, and TV time a little bit, but you don't know I was just finishing up. Yeah, man, respect, bro. But you don't know before we went to sleep, we had to come over here and show our respect. You see me, and say you're the first live when I stop by. I'm gonna say, yo, I have to big up my sister, and you see me, and so she I do it.
Well, hold on, kid.
How we go?
You know, I say me get blacked over that since night and almost get blacked by one as well.
The butthole guy came in Horace's name. He got me again.
Bruh, like I keep telling you guys, like if they don't have a profile picture, if you're gonna call in, make sure you put up a personal profile
Horace
picture.
is the exact thing, the same H and everything that Horace has.
Except different color.
Yeah, that's how the algorithm works. From them, just use the first letter in your name. Me. But yeah, man, they've been watching. He tried to do the same thing with me just now, and he was under the name Gray.
So it must be Gray then.
It is, because his name was there, his entire email address. If you click on the name and wait long enough, you'll see the email that associated with the caller.
Oh yes, you're right, because that's how I found out what Q was when he tried to disguise. Q tried to say he was some other name.
Yeah, so it was Gray at some shit that comes. So I was like, okay, and I saw that the whole folly thing. I say, all right, yo, dismiss, quick and fast. Him called in as Big Papa.
Kill Nax dead. I mean, another me,
So you gonna go past your CV now? You just a pass?
Yeah, me have to go over there and big him up and thing. Because him the part for my life as well.
Tonight too.
Yeah.
All right.
By Wednesday night, you're going live Wednesday night?
No. Tomorrow's the only day because I do every other Monday.
Damn, like so that means I'm not gonna catch none of your lives then?
Tomorrow. Oh, you're gonna work tomorrow?
Facts.
From what time?
Like 4:30 in the morning, like I'm up.
Yeah,
dog. And then you're going live on the weekends, which is Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday. I don't know if it's Saturday because it'll be a holiday.
Yeah, and I got work Sunday too, so I don't know, bro. Like we have to go work or something. But let's big up to everybody in the comment section. Sim, big up yourself, Horace, big up yourself. You don't know what the thing is. I say, have a blessed night and I hope you enjoy the live. I say, that away, full touch.
Bless up. Thanks for passing through that I don't know. Yeah, Paradox said depends on what you go to school for. If you go to get good grades, there are several ways. I guess he was talking about strategies on how to work smarter, not harder. Symphony says if you have to get gas, pick up groceries, pick up the kids, etc. You're not going to do each one then go home. You'll coordinate
in school and how to study it to farm a study group.
Pardon me?
Forming a study group will help you to study and
Too.
also
Yeah.
have you to better your grades.
That too. So since Symphony was saying smarter, not harder. If you have to get gas, pick up groceries, pick up kids, etc., you're not going to do each one, then go home. You'll coordinate your approach to see what can get done in what order. Exactly. Or delegate. Like a delegate basically means let people help you. You know, you can't do everything. So try to get someone to help you to make it easier. So that was a good example of what that means. So big up kid for passing through. Sorry, let me just see. Example, it's smarter to carry 250 pound than to carry the 100 pound at once. Ah, yes. Now, because if you end up, so basically what Carlton's saying, if you ended up, okay, to carry 250 pound, to carry 250 pound, to even if you had to make 2 trips, then carry the 100 pound at once, you could end up hurting yourself and hurting your back, and then end up being hurt and can't do no work at all. Then you take your time and do your thing properly and get it done. That's why they sometimes say slow and steady wins the race. Big up Maya. What's up, Stacy? How you doing, Stacy? Bless up yourself, Stacy, out in the UK. She said, bless up Mr. and Mrs. Gold, everyone on the live. Big up yourself. Yeah, man, big up Stacy. I hope she's doing good. So yeah, it's a very controversial topic. But at the end of the day, Intence had his opportunity to really get into those kids' heads. He could have really got into those kids' heads. Because if he was prepared and did things the right way, those kids would remember him for the rest of their life and never forget. So he actually lost an opportunity, I think. But they're still happy. Those kids are still happy. They'll still never forget him. They'll definitely never forget him. So another thing I wanted to talk about, guys, it looks like new rules will be coming soon. Well, we know will be coming soon. But it looks like, we can look forward to a lot of things coming. They're saying there's an article that's in the Star that says reggae festivals are tentative to set for the end of 2021. Two of Jamaica's biggest reggae concerts, Reggae Sumfest and Reggae Sunsplash, are hoping to have a face-to-face show by the year end. So that means, guys, if these guys get through and they're able to get this going, then we can look into having new rules soon, which is great and exciting. But the problem is that they don't have a lot of people who are vaccinated yet in Jamaica. So that's the problem. They need to get people fully vaccinated and people who are attending some of these events fully vaccinated, which scares me, before they can start making some plans. But their whole goal is that they're hoping to do things by the end of the year. So that would be good. Usually New Rules keeps around March. Big up yourself, Southside. So I'm hoping by March that we'll be able to go to Jamaica to party for New Rules. And Trinidad and Tobago, I'm just going through the news quickly because I'm soon going to come off. Trinidad and Tobago is to reopen their borders July 17. So as you can see, people are keeping parties, keeping dances. Everybody's doing their thing, getting ready to reopen. But I don't know. Would you guys take a needle horse? I have you on the phone. Would you take 2 vaccine shots to go to a concert?
No, right now I'm being prepared at work to take those 2 vaccine shots, but I'm still reluctant in doing so because I'm not sure about it as yet.
So they're not forcing you, but they're pretty much giving you a hint.
Yeah, they're not forcing me, but I do not feel like I am ready to take that vaccine as yet. Because what the sense in taking the vaccine and you're still likely to catch the disease and or spread the disease to other persons? Because remember that vaccine is a preventative measure. So if I'm preventing myself to catch or to pass that disease, why am I still likely to catch that disease? I think they should
Exactly.
focus on making a cure for the disease instead of a vaccine.
Exactly. 'Cause the virus keeps enhancing and it's growing into other variants. Right now we have Delta out there. So it grows and changes into different viruses. That vaccine ain't gonna mean shit. I was explaining the basketball player who got the vaccine and he got it. He got COVID again. People getting COVID again. And then the thing is, like you said, the horse, a lot of people can still pass it on because I was looking at the numbers in Jamaica. I don't know if you guys seen the latest numbers in Jamaica, but showing that there's a lot of elderly still dying from COVID. And then I'm like, I really truly believe it's a lot of youth them who are going to parties and going places and coming back home and giving it to their grandparents. Um, 31 new cases. I just wanted to show us. I'll take it off so it doesn't stick. The start of Jamaica started June 27. There's 41 new cases, 4 more COVID deaths. 4 more Jamaicans have died as a result of COVID-19, moving the total various fatalities to 1,061. So things are still pretty high because Jamaica is just a small island. And, you know, like we might say, oh, that's good. No, it's not good for Jamaica. So I think a lot of people are passing the virus. It says the deceased include 2 men from St. Thomas, age 77 and 44, and an 84-year-old man from Kingston and St. Andrew, and a 76-year-old woman from Manchester, whose death was previously under investigation. So to me, the 44-year-old, I think passed it to the 77. But again, I think there's too many people in a household that is spreading the germs among everyone. Maya says new rules probably November or December. Woo, it would be nice if it's this year. Simone, I'm missing one more vaccine and I done. Oh, Maya. Good for you. Did you get the Pfizer? We ran out of Pfizer here. That's the only thing I would take. We ran out. And they want to give people Moderna, and so people left the line. Um, that's good though, Maya. So you guys are good.
Come on, you could try the Johnson and Johnson.
Huh?
You could try Johnson and Johnson.
Oh yeah, right, boy. You better go sit down with that. You know, but then they're not even nobody's allowed to get that here. We got rid of Johnson and Johnson, and we got rid of AstraZeneca as well. Pretty much, people who had AstraZeneca before, they have to take Moderna. But I was seeing that they were saying, oh, good for you, Maya. I was seeing they're saying that at a concert, Bruce Springsteen concert in America, they said if you got the AstraZeneca, you can't come to the concert. They only want Moderna and Pfizer. So I said, you see, from the rich people, I say you can't come to the concert unless you had those top vaccines. Then you know those vaccines are better than the AstraZeneca. I can imagine those
Um,
took AstraZeneca have to go back and take our next vaccine.
Simone,
Uh-huh.
if a vaccine is developed in Cuba, I will take that one.
If a vaccine is developed, what?
In Cuba.
In Cuba, yeah. Cuba doctors are amazing. Cuba has the baddest doctors, yo. Cuba has the baddest doctors. And you know who has good doctors too? India. But you know they have a lot of politics. India has a lot of damn good doctors.
Big up Ryan Martin, big up.
Big Raheem said, "Me kind of afraid of the vaccine." Yeah, me too. But eventually, I have to take it just to have a normal life. Yeah, like a lot of people I know, they're trying to wait it out to see like if things will change. But to me, I think because I heard them talk about the vaccine passport, I'm like, what the fuck? So I think there's gonna be, and I know there's people in the UK is gonna be opening up to people soon, but they're saying you need to prove you took the vaccine. Like they'll have this little pass. I know some people say they get a little pass they have to keep to show that they took the vaccine that they have to walk with. I'm like, yo, society's gonna change, man. But for new rules I keep this year, Lord, that's more pressure because I can see Alkaline right now, guys, and all these concerts. I'm not far from the border, And it's like, Lord, I haven't
Are
taken
you
any.
planning on going to some of those concerts?
No, 'cause no, I'm not ready to take the vaccine yet, and they won't let us go unless we take it. So me not cross yet. So I'm hoping Alkaline will come here. But then we're not allowed to keep no concerts for the rest of the summer. We probably in the fall we'll be able to keep concerts because our population's getting vaccinated really good. We're doing pretty good. I think our province is almost at 70% for the first vaccine. Simone, check your monthly subs because I just realized I was unsubscribed. Really? What? Okay, might check your monthly subs. I don't know. I didn't even know we could do monthly subs. That's weird. Thank you for letting me know, Symphony. So those I don't even know how to check your monthly subs, but I'll figure it out. But for those who are subscribed to the channel from before, Symphony just pointed out that he was unsubscribed. So just double check to make sure that you guys are subscribed. I know YouTube, sometimes when we tell people to subscribe to the channel and they see a lot of people subscribe to our channel, they might think it's fake. And so they probably unsubscribed you guys. But thank you for letting me know. So just double check, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We're trying to hurry up and get to this goal so that we could give some money and gifts and Alkaline CD away. Laughing out loud, we can make fake copies of that card. Yes, Raheem. Let's go, Raheem. Man, you're getting my language now. Man, we need that link. Oh, yo, you know that's gonna be a big link. Whoever is gonna be the man that can make that for us.
What? Simone?
Make those fake vaccine that we took the vaccine card. Yo, that's a big money making thing right there. You know who's doing that actually? India.
I'm not a chemist.
Hmm?
I am not a chemist.
What?
I am not a biochemist.
Oh, you're not a biochemist. In India, they had fake vaccine cards, like when people are trying to get back home to Canada and they got caught. So they could try to come back home and say they were tested and they weren't tested. They didn't take the vaccine. So the hustle is definitely out there. But the new cards, I don't know what they're gonna give us. Then you're gonna feel away still. You're gonna feel like you're not part of society anymore. I don't want to feel like a loser. Lord, I don't want to feel like a loser at all. Raheem, 2 time I take it. I was so damn nervous, man. Yo, Maya is good. I really rate all you guys who've taken it.
Simone, I'm going now. Here I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, no problem. We're about to wrap up just now. Thank you very much for keeping me company, Horace.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up right now. But yeah, definitely nervous about taking it. But new rules. Oh, I remember I showed off and was saying on CV's live that I will take the vaccine for Alkaline, and now I'm a chicken. May I wait till enough people take it? Well, our population, Raheem, our population them is almost 75%. Enough people are take it. I don't know which one to take in. There is side effects too. Jamaicans would have hustle for that. Yeah, from that. Yeah, for real. For real. For real. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap up. I want to leave you guys with a point that this Rasta man, no man, I have to wrap up. You're always sleeping, so you can't chat. This Rasta man, his name is Abajonia. He had an article in the Jamaican Star where he said that he thinks that today's music lacks good messages and musicians have a responsibility to restore the failing society with positive themes. Now, what I want to say to him is that you're making a good point. But have you listened to Top Prize album? so so for if you're feeling the way like this Rasta is feeling, that music lacks a lot of positive music, I recommend you guys go and listen to Alkaline's Top Prize album. You will not be disappointed. And listen to Alkaline in general. You'll find a lot of positive music. But tomorrow, when we have our guest, we will talk to him about that, what he thinks about the music industry, and if there's enough positive music out there. I'm going to call it quits. Early today, Mr. Golden One go, but I never slept yesterday. He slept, and we were on till 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to round up. I have to drink painkillers and a lot of water. Wow. Lord. Yeah, oh boy. I'm going to have to face up to it soon. And now my doctor's like, I'm like, oh, do you guys need to check me out before I take the needle? He's like, no, you can go and take it. And I was like, damn. He's even trying to get me to do it. So this week, what can you expect? So tomorrow we have our guest, Brother B. I am hoping to have my Young Guns, Sashi Cool, and Star Captain's bios finished soon. I'm also planning to drop my final episode of Alkaline's Countdown, probably part 1 and part 2. And also, you'll see Mr. Gold's Father's Day, probably by Tuesday. I see how he spent Father's Day. And also, yesterday we were talking about a lot of health benefits from different herbs and plants. You guys, I recommend you check out the live. Like I said, when the lives are long, when you're at work or you're bored or just cleaning your house, you can always play the lives in the background and take a listen. So if you listen to yesterday's live, you would hear Cricket Boss, big up yourself, and Chris Bartley sharing some great country tips, and then CV came true about different herbs and foods that you can eat to help give you some health benefits. So we said we're going to cut out a piece of that segment, but what I want to do is make a really good segment out of it. I was just going to cut it out and post it, and I was like, nah, let me take this serious, because, you know, I like to do my things proper and put together some really good stuff. So, you know, when we put this video together, I can try to find some factual information to put alongside with the conversation. So I'd have to definitely do some good editing so that we all can have access to that. And then one day, I have my girlfriend Rena, who was here on the live. She was listening earlier. She's someone who's really good at giving advice on type of herbs and foods you can eat to make you live better and a better lifestyle and so forth. I'm going to invite her as a guest one day, whenever she has time, so you can look forward to that in the future. And then she can give us some healthy tips. So stay tuned. We got a lot of things dropping on the channel. We're getting close to our 1,000 subscriber goal. As I was explaining everyone, we're trying to get the goal before our 1-year anniversary on the channel, like our official 1-year anniversary. And we're also trying to make a community that even when we come off the lives and you guys still want to talk to us, or people who are here, you guys can talk to them. We're kind of trying to set up the channel a way where we can all communicate effectively without having to get each other's number through WhatsApp or giving our personal details unless we want to. All right, Cricket Boss, if you're listening, we might need to confirm your Instagram. I'm not sure if we got the right one. All right, so let me say my goodbyes. I see Maya and them is having a conversation. May not even believe the government people take the vaccine. Remember one of them fake? But we had a government person that died, sorry, to rest in peace, in Trinidad, who took it. And I think he took their AstraZeneca. It was pretty sad. Can't trick it so easy. Good night to Maya. Good night to Raheem. Good night to Symphony. Symphony, thank you for some great talks. And same with Misha. Stacy Power, thank you for coming through. Carlton, you don't know, kid, thank you very much. Horace, the real Horace, big up yourself. 150, stop mess up with our channel. Big up yourself, DJ Omen, who passed through the place. Paradox Martin, big up yourself. Deidre also, thank you for passing through. Devon, big up yourself. Yes, I didn't even see this comment that you said, Devin. Devin says if it's the youth he was invited to speak to and give a little motivation, and he did a bad job. Exactly. So that was a good point. That's in regards to Intence thing. Yeah, so big up yourself. I never saw that speech. So big up Maya, I said that already. Winning streak, Misha, big up yourself. Like I said, good talks. Goliath, big up yourself. Southside, big up yourself. Deadly Lord, Humble Leo, big up yourself. Star, Hot Bread, and all of those who came true. Crystal, I know she came true. High Society Supper Club, big up General Whoosh, Constable Bulldog, big up yourself. I hope you're doing well. Real Dog, big up yourself. Chris Bartley, I don't know. So big up to everybody who passed through. We know there's many lives and you guys are doing your best to support us all. So we appreciate when you guys can pass through. We appreciate when you guys can watch on playback. Mr. Gold, any last words?
Big up everybody. I don't know how you were here.
Come closer so they can hear you. Big up yourself, Stacy.
Yes, I don't know. Big up yourself, everybody.
Big up, big up, big up. Big up St. Vincent, big up Jamaica, big up the whole Caribbean.
Large of yourself, Vincent.
Grenada, it's your time
All
tomorrow. Big up Italy, big up
yeah.
India, big up Australia, big up the whole of UK, big up all our Arab
Big up
viewers.
Canada.
Big up our Canadian viewers, our American viewers, big up our Australian viewers. You guys are watching us from different parts of the world, and we appreciate it. Africa, you don't know. Symphony said, bless up, folks. Like the live. Yes, please like the live. Remember to check your subscription. Bless up, Simone. About to feed the baby and forward over CV later. All right, we'll see you there. That's good news. Love to hear that. Feed the baby. Oh, baby.
True.
Good night, Sim, and good night at Maya. Over to CV now. Yes, everyone. Let me see if I can get the link for CV for you guys to go check him out. For those who cannot sleep and so used to us being on late at night. So I know a lot of my viewers know I'm go bed. So let me get the link. So you guys can head over there and join us. So we're gonna just take it easy. Mr. Gold has his work tomorrow. And remember to join us back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on time. And we'll be with Brother B. Bless up and have a good night, everyone. Peace. Vendetta all the way. Boop, boop. Young Guns.